Hi, my name is Anthony Laiferrario, engineer on the Cloud Block Store team here at Pure Storage. And today I want to walk you through the architecture behind our Cloud Block Store for AWS product. The first thing that we do is we start in the marketplace, where we have an offering that allows you to consume Cloud Block Store directly from within AWS. So once you go into Marketplace, you can select that offering, and it will provide you with a CloudFormation template. CloudFormation is going to control the rest of the deployment and lifecycle of your Cloud Block Store instance, and it's going to be the central place that you'll go to make any changes, upgrades, or even to decommission your array later on. CloudFormation then will provision your Cloud Block Store instance into your VPC. So let's break down what actually is inside a Cloud Block Store instance. If you're familiar with Pure Storage from before, some of this is going to look similar, but some of this is going to look very different from the way an on-premises Pure Storage array works. But the thing to keep in mind is the same software runs both on our on-premises systems and on our Cloud Block Store systems. So the first thing that'll get provisioned is a set of 2 controller virtual machines. These are deployed inside of EC2, and they represent the front end of your Cloud Block Store. So these are EC2 VMs. And these are where your management service and your iSCSI data service are going to be surfaced from. And for the convenience of drawing, I've only drawn these lines out of one box, but actually these 2 boxes work together in an active-active manner to provide these services for you. Then what will get deployed is the actual storage drives themselves. Now, this is where one major difference shows up between the physical systems and a Cloud Block Store instance. These drives are not actually just drives mounted to these EC2 instances. What they actually are is their own virtual machines. And we deploy them in sets of 7 to represent the similar concept to the way we do shelves in physical systems. Now, as I mentioned, these are also EC2 virtual machines. What happens here is these actually all connect up both to the primary and to the secondary controller. And what these do is they host 2 different pieces of storage within themselves. One thing is an NVRAM volume. This is actually an EBS IO1 volume, which cooperates across all of these virtual drives, as we call them, to provide NVRAM, non-volatile RAM, for the entire Cloud Block Store system, making sure we can take in and acknowledge incoming I/O very, very quickly. The second thing that gets added, and I'll demonstrate this one on the far right side here, is an instance store volume, or 2, depending on the configuration of these virtual drive VMs. But this instance store volume is actually where the entire working data set of the Cloud Block Store instance is stored. So as this NVRAM, distributed NVRAM fills up, it's going to flush out down to these instance store volumes. And the same, of course, is done across all of these VMs. That's what happens in terms of general data path between the controllers and the virtual drives. Now, if you know anything about the way Amazon works, the way their services work, you might raise a question here and say, Anthony, I think you guys are messing something up. There's a problem with your architecture. These instance store volumes, if you lose the virtual drive, you're going to lose this instance store. How do you guys preserve data? I thought you guys were all about 6 nines, data availability, all that kind of stuff. That's where we have one more key piece of the Cloud Block Store instance that's different from the way a physical array works. And that is that we actually back-end everything in S3. So what you'll see is all the data that gets written down through the controllers and into the virtual drives actually ends up making its way out to S3. And that, of course, comes from all of these drives. What this allows us to do is this allows us to handle the fact that we may lose a drive. We may lose 2 drives, and we're not going to lose any data because when this drive gets reprovisioned, S3 is just going to feed the data right back into the drive, and it can pick up right where it left off. Once you have all of this, this is a full layout of a Cloud Block Store system, and it's ready to provide storage for your applications. And with that, you now have an understanding of our architecture for Cloud Block Store in AWS. Thanks for watching, and hope you have a nice day.